Okay, I thought we'd make another Mr. Nobody video, and today I'd like to take a look at the word woke. As far as I can see, woke was best described in Plato's Allegory of the cave, going from the darkness to the light, understanding the difference between the belief ideas and the knowledge ideas. Belief is the opposite of knowledge, and today we are ruled and governed mostly by lawyer words or prayer words. These ideas are the belief ideas. This object here is all the ideas in the universe, the index of suspicion of everything. This big set of ideas are the belief ideas. A belief is a strong conviction in an idea absent proof. Proof, the essence of proof itself, is repeatability. When humans can take an idea and measure at the idea for how likely it is to repeat itself next time, to reoccur in the future, well, then we know what it's going to do in the future. Next Tuesday, on the other side of the universe, water is going to freeze at 0, and 15 is not going to be divisible by 2. We know that now. Those are knowledge ideas, and that's why we got wheels. A wheel is a circle system, and like all systems, all wheels do and systems do are repeat themselves over and over and over again. That's why we walked. We walked across planet Earth for hundreds of thousands of years. We had guts. Guts don't repeat itself. Elephants got guts. We had instinct. If you could instinct a wheel, elephants would have wheels. We had common sense. That doesn't do anything. We had language and lawyer words and prayer words, and that didn't make no wheels. We had humming and deep breathing, and that didn't make a wheel. We had singing and music and art. I like music and art. I went to music and art. Not in my wheel making. About 4,000 years ago, the Sumerians learned how to count. Immediately we get a wheel, and now we don't gotta walk no more. You see, the maths repeat themselves. That's it. That's the whole secret to it all. Mathematics repeats itself. Using the maths, and only the maths, not the humming, not the yoga, not the lawyer words, not the prayer words, guts or instincts, none of that stuff. You use the maths. You take the maths and you point them at ideas to measure at them to see if they repeat themselves. And if they do, you get to make a wheel system, a flight system, a political system, a teleportation system we have. We have all kinds of systems. If the ideas don't repeat, these ideas fall into what Aristotle referred to as the exclusionary middle. In his third law of logic, Hawking and everybody else will conclude of the belief ideas, if something isn't measurable, it doesn't exist. That's how we know a thing be. Every even number is divisible by 2 because we can measure at it. That is the same on the other side of the universe as it is for my youngest here. There is no her truth and my truth and this truth and that truth. That's how giraffes live, and giraffes don't got no wheels. A giraffe might have some notion there's more leaves on that tree than on that tree, but it couldn't tell you the number of leaves. It couldn't add 1 to that number. It will never, ever get to experience what it feels like to suddenly become to know a thing. It will only have giraffe ideas, and it will never have a wheel. And now we're back where we started. In the end, belief is the opposite of knowledge. Belief ideas are static. Knowledge ideas are dynamic. That's opposite. Belief ideas are proprietary. Knowledge ideas are universal. That's opposite. Belief ideas are not measurable. Knowledge ideas are measurable. That's opposite. And now we're back where we started. Belief ideas are not repeatable. We have no idea what these ideas are going to do next time. And that is why if somebody lawyers you a flight system or prays you a brake system and you put people on the thing, everybody's gonna die. You have to count using actual mathematics we actually learn in a group setting. I'd like to take a look at some issues that we all face today and see what it looks like to me, understanding the difference between belief ideas and knowledge ideas. Most importantly, in this part of the conversation, we need to understand the difference between an individual and groups. Groups of things are called discrete objects, and they have mathematics called discrete mathematics. Individuals are nonlinear. So let's take a look at some issues that we have today: the abortion issue, the virus issue, voting, health, and education. Let's look at abortion. A non-pregnant animal, as you can see, is an individual being. While a pregnant animal, I'm a fraternal twin, so there's 2 in there, a pregnant animal is not an individual being. It is a set of beings. In this set, there's a host and some dependent elements. The host acquired her individual rights the instant she became an individual. A string does not become a boson or a quark until it becomes one. And these fetus will not become an individual until it becomes one. People want to argue about whether or not a fetus is human or whether it's alive. It's human, it's alive. What it isn't is an individual. They are dependent elements of a discrete object. The individual rights go to the host. The group rights would go to the fetus, if you want to count. That's how this would count. Individuals, groups. Virus. A bacterium infects an individual. A virus infects groups of people. You cannot make an individual choice as an individual at a virus. We make a group choice as an individual. In a bacteria, a doctor can measure what will happen at you. You can make an individual choice as an individual at your bacterial infection. A doctor can give you a medicine and let you know what will happen at you if you take it. Dr. Rand Paul cannot tell anybody what would happen at this individual if it wore a mask or it got a vaccine. An individual doesn't get a virus. The groups we are in get a virus. No group, no virus. So we make a group choice as an individual. Again, in nature, groups are called sets of things. In mathematics, they're called discrete objects. And using discrete mathematics at groups of people infected with virus, anybody, you, me, Nancy Pelosi, Dr. Rand Paul, anybody, can use discrete mathematics with virology and epidemiology to learn how to measure either what will happen at the virus or the groups the virus is participating with. No one can measure what will happen to an individual in the group, making individual choice making an illegal idea to promulgate at the public. Dr. Rand Paul is completely wrong. You cannot make an individual choice at a virus. MIT, Caltech, Polytech, Neil deGrasse Tyson, Winnie from the Wonder Years, this is our math department. These people have completely failed their country. Somebody needs to pick up a pencil and count. I have another video asking if we're a democracy. Individuals vote. Groups of people buy pots and pans in predictable amounts. I'm pretty sure we're going to the polls in groups. That's the will of the people paying for the groups. That's about a 4-minute video, and I would encourage everyone to watch it. Education is a big issue. People think that the educational debt should go to the person learning in the universities. An individual can't get an education. How would an individual get an education? Sit in a room by themselves? We learn things in a group setting. A society gets an education. One of us more educated is all of us more educated. One of us less educated is their number of followers less educated. And from the Young Turks to the Cenk and Annas to the Shapiros to the Tates, the Tucker Carlsons, all of these people are believing at us. They're telling us what they feel the answers are. We need to educate ourselves as a society, and we need to count our way out of this mess. I guess what I'm talking about is how we're divided. We are divided in America between the individual and the group. An individual system politically is called nationalism. When you govern for everybody, the public, it's a republic. Are you going to govern for the state, or are you going to govern for everybody? How do you want your systems designed? Do you want a system where you're governing for my race or all the races? My language or all the language? My religion or all the religions? Do you want to govern for my gun or all the guns? My book or all the books? My mask or all the masks? These are two different political systems, nationalism and a republic. Everybody in Congress swore an oath to defend this republic. Book bans is not freedom of speech, it's freedom to speech, nationalism. Book bans is where you ban ideas, and you are free only to the speech the state allows. Elon Musk thinks we live in a third system called anarchy. Anarchy, free speech, is freedom to speech. Any speech you want to, anywhere you want to, any when you want to, anyhow you want to. Elon Musk is wrong. Hey, Elon, I charge $500 million to combine discrete mathematics and political science. Please fix your system. We do not live in anarchy. We protect the speech, not the speaker. Please fix your system. Anarchy is destroying our communications and how we participate with each other. I have no problem with people who want to live in nationalism. There are lots of nationalist countries and lots of races and lots of languages and lots of religions. We have Allah lands and Jesus lands and Buddha lands and great Juju God of the Mountain land. These people want mask rights and gun rights. That's not health and safety. That's give me liberty and give me death. It's not 1933. This is how Hitler and Stalin governed. These people today, they're not going to invade Poland. They're not going to genocide nobody, and they ain't doing no slave making. They simply want to live where it's my race and my language and my religion and my gun and so on. In the first paragraph of the instruction manual of the United States, it reads, when in the course of human events, the singular team and the plural team become so politically different, there isn't one gun system to make, and each team can afford equal station, separate and make two systems. We don't need to fight the Civil War. We've already fought the Civil War. We need to end the Civil War. The 330 million of us need to stop yelling at each other. We need to accept the fact that we want to live in two different systems. These systems are nonlinear, and these systems are discrete. That means you can't make one system that the singular team would govern at itself, and that same system would also be a system that the plural team would govern at itself. If you could design one gun system that everybody wants, you'll be a trillionaire. We simply need to live under two different systems. So now I'm a little bit off topic here. I've got a couple of other videos that describe these ideas in more detail. One is called, Is Congress Practicing Capitalism? If Mitch and Nancy aren't practicing capitalism, if the money in their 535 bank accounts could not have ended up in those 535 bank accounts as a matter of probability, the math will say so. And that means they're intentionally governing our stuff themselves. That's not capitalism. Then I have a smaller video, which is about 4 minutes long, asking if we're going to the polls as individuals, voting, or in groups, buying pots and pans in predictable amounts. These are math questions. The math department in this country, again, that's MIT, Caltech. I took these classes at Polytech Night School. Neil deGrasse Tyson is making videos about religion and singing and dancing. This Danica actress, Winnie from the Wonder Years, she's making cooking videos. The math department in this country needs to pick up a pencil and count, or your great-great-grandkids are going to be digging it up, and Mitch and Nancy's spawn will be spending it. We can count our way out of this mess. All we need is for someone in the math department, everyone in the math department, to pick up a pencil and count. Have a nice day.